Welcome to NFL Talk. It's no secret the Chicago Bears are struggling.
Yeah.
3 straight losses put them in a tough spot. And the pressure is mounting on Coach Matt Eberflus.
For sure.
This isn't just about a few losses. This is about the direction of the team, the effectiveness of his leadership,
Right.
and the pressure that comes with being in the spotlight.
Exactly. And it goes deeper than their record, you know? You have to consider the impact on team dynamics.
Yeah.
The pressure on the players and the overall morale in the locker room.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
The offense in particular is having a really hard time finding any momentum.
Yeah.
23 straight drives without a touchdown.
Right.
Isn't just a slump, it's a full-blown crisis.
It really is. And the numbers paint a bleak picture. A dismal 7% third down conversion rate against the Patriots highlights their inability to sustain drives and ultimately to score points.
And it makes you wonder how much you can even fairly assess rookie quarterback Caleb Williams' performance when you consider the pressure he's facing.
Yeah.
18 sacks in just 3 games. 9 of those coming against the Patriots alone is a huge red flag.
It's hard to imagine any quarterback thriving under those conditions. The injuries on the offensive line have had a cascading effect, making it nearly impossible for Williams to get comfortable in the pocket or execute the plays effectively.
Eberflus initially expressed confidence in offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, but recently his comments have been more hesitant. Do you think his wavering confidence in Waldron is a sign that a change might be coming?
It's certainly possible. A mid-season change at the offensive coordinator position is a drastic measure, but sometimes a shakeup is needed to spark a turnaround.
But is it a viable solution? Or just a desperate move? It's a risky decision, especially considering they're already facing calls from fans for Eberflus to be fired.
Right.
Those Fireflus chants echoing through Soldier Field were pretty loud and clear. What impact do you think fan discontent has on a team's morale?
It definitely adds another layer of pressure to an already... Players aren't immune to the negativity, and it can seep into the locker room, impacting their confidence and unity.
And it's not just coming from the fans. Safety Kevin Byard's comment that we've got to play better, we've got to win, speaks volumes about the internal pressure they're facing. Do you think this comment reflects a sense of urgency or a potential crack in the team's united front?
It's probably a bit of both. The players are aware of the stakes, they feel the weight of expectations, and they're undoubtedly feeling the heat. However, his words could also be interpreted as a rallying cry, a call for collective responsibility and a renewed focus on execution.
They're facing a daunting schedule ahead, with 6 division games in the next 8 weeks, all against teams with winning records. How much do you think this difficult stretch will influence Eberflus's decisions going forward?
It's a pivotal factor. The pressure to win is immense in the NFL, and a string of losses against tough opponents can make even the most secure coach question their approach.
Eberflus keeps talking about accountability and his belief in the team, but with this challenging schedule and the rising discontent, can he keep the locker room united amidst the turmoil? What do you think?
That's the million-dollar question. It's a delicate balance between staying the course and making necessary changes to right the ship.
Okay, so we've set the scene. The Bears are in a tough spot, the offense is struggling, fan pressure is building, and a challenging schedule looms large. What does this all mean for Eberflus and the future of the team?
Well, it's clear they're at a crossroads, and the decisions Eberflus makes in the coming weeks will be... It's a fascinating situation. In a league where winning is everything, can a coach survive a crisis of confidence even if he genuinely believes in his team? Or does the pressure to win inevitably demand a change regardless of the underlying issues?
It's a tough question, and it really puts a spotlight on the complexities of coaching in the NFL. So let's dive into some of the potential solutions that have been thrown around. The most obvious one seems to be a change to the offensive coordinator position.
Absolutely. Replacing Shane Waldron is certainly an option that's been circulating, but Eberflus has been pretty tight-lipped about whether it's something he's seriously considering. It's clear that something needs to change, though. The offense simply isn't functioning at a level that can compete in this league.
There's definitely a precedent for making a change like this mid-season. It's a risky move, but sometimes it can be the spark a team needs to turn things around.
It can inject a new energy, a fresh perspective, and potentially shake things up enough to get the players back on track.
If Waldron is let go, the big question becomes, who takes over? Thomas Brown, the passing game coordinator, has some experience calling plays. Do you think he would be a viable candidate?
He could be. He's familiar with the system, the players, and the overall offensive philosophy, so the transition might be smoother than bringing in someone from outside the organization.
But it's important to remember that a new play caller isn't a magic solution. They're still working with the same personnel, facing the same defensive schemes, and dealing with the same pressure to win.
Precisely. It's not about finding a miracle worker. It's about finding someone who can maximize the talent they have, make adjustments to them, and instill a sense of confidence in the players.
And we can't ignore the potential impact on the locker room. The players have to buy into whatever changes are made. If they lose faith in the coaching staff, it's going to be incredibly difficult to turn things around, regardless of who's calling the plays.
It's a delicate balance. You need to address the issues, make necessary changes, but also maintain a sense of stability and unity. It's a high wire act, and the margin for error is incredibly.
And of course, all of this is happening under the intense scrutiny of the media. Every decision Eberflus makes is being analyzed, dissected, and debated, which adds another layer of complexity to the situation.
The pressure is immense, and it only intensifies with each loss. The spotlight in Chicago is particularly bright. Expectations of the Bears are.
So where does this leave the Bears? They're at a crossroads facing a critical juncture, and what's the path forward?
They need to find a way to fix the offense that's the most pressing. Whether that involves personnel changes, schematic adjustments, or a combination of both, it's clear that the current approach isn't working.
And they need to restore confidence both within the team and among the fans.
Exactly. They need to show signs of progress, demonstrate a commitment to improvement, and generate some momentum that they can build on. Otherwise, they risk falling further behind in a competitive and potentially facing some offseason.
This situation really highlights the challenges of building a winning culture in the NFL. It's not just about talent. It's about leadership, resilience, and a shared belief in the process.
It's about creating an environment where players are empowered to perform at their best, where accountability is paramount, and where the pursuit of excellence is relentless.
And it's clear that the Bears are still searching for that elusive formula. It's easy to get caught up in the immediate challenges and, lose sight of the bigger picture.
Right.
This situation with the Bears really underscores the complexities of building a winning culture in the NFL.
It's a process, not an overnight transformation. It takes time, patience, and a shared vision from the front office to the coaching staff to the players.
And when you factor in injuries, especially to key positions like the offensive line, and the pressure of developing a young quarterback, those challenges become even more pronounced.
Absolutely, every team faces adversity, but how they respond to those challenges is what truly defines them. It's about staying united, trusting the process, and continuing to work hard even when the results aren't there.
This is where leadership becomes paramount. Can Eberflus rally his team amidst the turmoil? Can he instill belief in his players and keep them focused on the ultimate goal?
He needs to project confidence even when facing intense scrutiny and pressure. He needs to make tough decisions, but also communicate effectively with his players, ensuring they understand the reasoning behind this decision.
And he needs to find a way to get the offense back on track. That's the key to turning this season around.
Without a consistent offense, it's incredibly difficult to win games in the NFL. They need to establish an identity, find a rhythm, and most importantly, start putting points on the board.
The next few weeks will be crucial for the Bears. Their performance in these upcoming divisional games will likely determine the course of their season.
It's a defining stretch. Can they rise to the challenge and prove their doubters wrong? Or will they succumb to the pressure and fall further behind in the playoff race?
This situation with the Bears raises some fundamental questions about coaching in the NFL. Is it about unwavering loyalty to your players and coaches? Or is it about making the tough, pragmatic decisions necessary to win?
It's a constant balancing act. A coach needs to create a supportive environment, but also hold players accountable. They need to trust their instincts, but also be willing to adapt and evolve.
Ultimately, it comes down to results. The NFL is a results-driven business, and wins are the currency of success.
And in a city like Chicago, with its passionate fan base and rich football history, the pressure to win is magnified. The Bears are at a crossroad, and the path they choose will shape their future. Can Matt Eberflus weather the storm and lead them back to contention? Only time will tell. But one thing is, the next chapter is fascinating.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the Chicago Bears struggles. We've explored their offensive woes, the impact of injuries, the scrutiny on the coaching staff, and the immense pressure to win.
We've analyzed potential solutions, debated the merits of making changes, and considered the broader implications of leadership and culture in the NFL.
But one question lingers. Can the Bears find a way to turn this season around? Or will they be forced to make significant changes in the offseason?
It's a question that only time will answer. But one thing is for sure. The next few weeks will be crucial for the future of this franchise.
Goodbye, and see you in the next video.